Let me pull a few more cards and get a little more clarity. Okay, the first part of this was obviously, for many of you, a love reading as well. Remember what sat at the center of it was new partner. Was sitting at the center of this one, is true love. Now, codependency is the preface to true love. So maybe following true love is new love. I think some of you got out of relationships where people were too codependent. Were you feeling a little smothered? Someone needed your energy and you needed it for yourself. Or maybe you found that you were a little codependent. Maybe this person wasn't nurturing enough. They weren't making you feel safe enough. So it brought out sort of like dependence that maybe you weren't used to feeling. But my guess it was probably more the other way around. People feeling a little too dependent on you, Scorpio. So you got out of it, okay? True love followed by new love. This is faded. But let's pull a few more cards to get the whole picture here for you guys. Told you, new energy. Your birthday season is just bringing in new love and so much passion. Before I started filming, I was shuffling cards and I was channeling and calling in your guides. And I have a whole process before I open up to do this. And this card came flying out, and I wasn't even trying to pull cards for you yet. I was just shuffling. And Spirit said, if there's one card for Scorpio in love in November, it's passion. How hot is that? You know, you have all this passion and new love, but not just new love. Again, it's not the rebound love. It's not this faded person. This is the true love. Will actually be worth your while. They will be deserving of your energy and of your time and of your loyalty. I think someone was disloyal to you, Scorpio. And I think on a smaller scale, someone didn't do anything super crazy. They just weren't all the way healthy because they needed too much. Oh my God, these are such beautiful clarifiers. Let me pull one more for you because I have to show you the best messages. Okay, I'm still going to pull a few crowning cards, but I want to show you this first. True love sits at the core in the middle of your love reading. You have true love here. You see how beautiful that is? This is the romance of a lifetime. This is clarified by trust. Trust this Scorpio. This person that comes in and provokes so much passion. They are not codependent. You are not codependent. They make you feel safe. Okay? They make you feel safe, but not boring safe. Not like, oh, I'm settling for this person because they're safe. There's a shit ton of passion. It's really hot. Okay? Trust that this person is true love. Okay? But this gets better. Following true love. It's new love for those of you who are single. Or those of you who are about to get out of relationships, this is clarified by it is safe for you to love. Not only do you have passion, which is exciting for anybody, right? Especially for a Scorpio. But it is so rare to have that passionate, true, beautiful love with somebody that is also safe. Scorpio, you have something massive coming in. This love, and you have to, they have to feel safe and actually be safe. If you wind up attracting somebody to you that you don't feel safe around, that starts triggering some insecurities and things, and not just basic things that you can communicate and work through, but like, you know, that real hardcore stuff that maybe feels karmic, that is not safe, and that is not who you're supposed to be with. But this new love and the true love for you guys, that is truly of your highest good to come in, you will have a healthy balance of passion, but you will feel safe. How will you know if they're safe? Obviously in time. But I want you to pay attention to how you feel as soon as you get off the phone. How do you feel as soon as that person leaves you? Or as soon as you leave them? But especially when they leave you. Do you feel drained? Or do you feel content? If you feel drained, if you get worried, if it triggers some sort of negative response within you, you're either not ready to be in a new relationship yet or they're not the one. Okay? When you get off the phone, it's okay to miss somebody when they're gone, but you should still have some sort of contentment. That's what I'm talking about. When you're with that person, you're passionate, and it's beyond physical passion, okay? This is someone who has a lot of depth for you. I am getting reconciliation for some of you. Someone from your past wants to return. And I'm going to ask you to use some major discretion, pay attention to your intuition hardcore. Because for most of you, this could just be a test distracting you from somebody new and somebody really positive coming in, okay? Some people, and you know who they are meant to be in the past. Some of you Scorpios want to reconcile with somebody. But the truth is, has the relationship really ended? If someone has moved on from you, let them go. Don't try to come back into anybody's life that isn't asking you to, okay? Because you have better love, you know? What I'm getting for some of you, this could either apply to you or this could apply to your partner, okay? Because a lot of these readings do go both ways. And these are general energies, okay? So this could be your moon sign. If you're a Scorpio moon, not a Scorpio sun, right? That's why I suggest watching more than one video. For some of you, at some point in time, either you or your partner, you were in love. They really loved you and you really loved them, and that was genuinely real, okay? But they weren't ready to settle down, or you were not ready to settle down, and you made some mistakes. Maybe you still wanted to date more people. Maybe it was an ego pursuit, right? You just wanted to see who else you could get, and you were more in that frame of mind. You weren't trying to settle down, or they weren't trying to settle down. Or maybe they couldn't. Maybe some people were married and they wanted to move forward, but they just couldn't do it yet, right? Like the door wasn't all the way closed, but for whatever reason, what showed up wasn't good enough for either one of you. Someone wasn't in alignment with being able to move forward, commitment, being settled down, okay? But now, it's either you or it's this other person is circling back, saying, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not in that frame of mind anymore. I want to be committed to you. I'm ready to do this. My divorce has been finalized. I've done whatever healing I needed to do. I'm in a better place. For a small fraction of you, that's going to be worth your while to entertain. But here's the thing. If someone was disloyal to you, you have to ask yourself, Scorpio, are you ever going to trust them in love? Even if they have changed, will you be able to let it go? And I'm thinking for most of you, whether it's you or your partner, whoever was the one who got hurt, they love you and you are ready or they're ready, but whoever that person was who got hurt, they just aren't going to be able to let things go. And so you're never really going to move forward together. And therefore, it's not going to be worth either one of your time, okay? But if you know that you can move forward with somebody or you've already let it go, it wasn't that big of an issue, there wasn't any disloyalty, it was more like logistical or whatever it was, you know, that was more superficial. Maybe people lived in different places, now they live in the same city. Like that might be worth your while to explore again, but please don't just hear what you want to hear right now, okay? For most of you, reconciliation isn't the way to go. This is the way to go. Don't rob yourself of this. But the key, do they make you feel safe? You're passionate, but do you also feel safe? How do you feel when they leave? Scorpio, how do you make your partner feel when you leave? You know, that goes both ways. If they're not feeling good when you leave, it's a red flag too, right? But I think you guys have done so much work and you've worked through enough of whatever that heartbreak was that you're going to let this new love in. And even if you sort of entertain that person, maybe you're thinking about it or whatever, so there's still some energy going out, even if it's in the wrong direction to the wrong person. I really think you guys are over it. I really, you might entertain it because it appeals to your ego, that person coming back like, I'm so sorry I wronged you and I'm in love with you and I'll do anything. Because that makes anybody feel good, you know, on some level. But you don't need it, Scorpio. You don't need it. You need the new love. You need the true love. You need that person who can start fresh with you and you're never holding a grudge, okay? Okay. For those of you that are coupled, I know I'm going on and on about some of the singles here, but I think it's because the singles have really been struggling and needed these messages the most. For those of you who are coupled, I'm seeing some codependence and control issues. Someone's being a little too codependent and someone's being a little too controlling. There's something unhealthy there. There's something deep at the core that's unhealthy. It may be time to let it go. If you can communicate and you can set healthier boundaries, you can trust that this person is your true love. If these issues continue to come up and you can never resolve them, or you've been working on them for years and they haven't resolved, I think you're being asked to let this go, Scorpio, honestly. For those of you getting out of relationships who are still in them, you know at your core something's wrong. You got to trust that. It's so hard to do. But you have incredible love coming in. And for those of you, Scorpio, that are in really great relationships, you don't have control issues, no one's codependent, things are healthy, I need you to trust that, because at the center of this reading, for those of you who are coupled, this applies too, is true love, and trust that. If things are good, Scorpio, don't talk yourself out of a good situation. Don't look for problems. You know if there's a real issue there, be honest with yourself. But if it's just like typical stuff that anybody goes through, every couple has ups and downs at some point, you know. But you know that there's love. And you know that this person is healthy. They respect your boundaries. You respect theirs. You're in a great relationship, okay? Just work on it. Work on it if something has come up. Don't just like immediately get out of relationships. But I think for the majority of you, you need to get out of the relationship. But let's do some crowning cards. Yeah, romantic feelings. This goes hand in hand. Somebody new has stirred romantic feelings and passion in you, Scorpio. This is so good. Scorpio, crowning. Pay attention to the red flags. Anybody who's not making you feel safe has got to go. It's not a little red flag. If you don't feel good when they leave, let them go. Lock the door and never answer that phone again. I'm just kidding. Maybe be like a little nicer than that. But seriously, you owe it to yourself to get out of bad situations, Scorpio. I think for a lot of you, you have more than one red flag. I don't think it's as simple as like, I don't feel so safe when they leave. I think you really know you've had some legit issues. That's why so many of you have been grieving the last couple of weeks, because you've already gone through this process. Some of you have to catch up a little bit. Let me pull one more card for you. Crowning, okay? Crowning card for Scorpios. Pay attention to that. I'm still getting, for those of you in longer term relationships, you're loyal. But you know someone's controlling, someone's codependent. There's some sort of unhealthy thing that keeps coming up. It's not going away. But if you walk away out of self-love and you do that healing, you have this, you have true love, new love, and crowning. I said that in this pot. If you walk away, you get this. Now, some people have to walk away from a marriage. That's also what this means. But for those of you getting out of relationships, look at this beautiful energy. True love, new love, marriage. You guys deserve this. You deserve this love, you know? I mean, healing and separations at the bottom of the deck. So, I mean, that's a big general, you know, message for you guys. You're dealing with separations. You get it. I've said it a ton of times, but you have hugely positive energy. I just want to drill this in, okay? You know the new love, the true love, and the wedding card. But this is what I want you to pay attention to. Who are you passionate about, but also makes you feel safe? Scorpio, this is it. This isn't boring. This person won't bore you. They have depth. If you're a little bit passionate, they're safe, but like you don't really enjoy their company on a date, then that's not it. You know what I mean? You know this true love is something different than you've experienced before. And when I get passion for you guys, man, like I'm not getting like a cute little passionate conversation. I mean crazy ass physical chemistry, passion, the best sex of your life passion. That person also makes you feel safe, who respects the boundaries, who has healthy boundaries of their own. Scorpio, this is coming to you. If it hasn't already showed up, this is coming to you, okay? Please be careful. Be careful with this. Most of you, this isn't worth your time, but you know this. Okay? Hold out. Do the work. Let this come in. Scorpios, I'm so grateful that you've tuned in. This is a brand new channel of mine. I'm so grateful for your subscribes and all of your support. So grateful. If you've gotten a lot out of this video and you've connected to me, please support and please subscribe below.